I had nothing else to say to the Colonel. Good evening, Father Foskett.
Hello again, my child.
Where does that staircase room go?
That room is a place of sin.
What happened in there?
When Miss Bellemore spurned her original fiancé, that is the route he took to the garden balcony where he hanged himself.
That's terrible.
A terrible sin. Bellemore Manor has evil magic coursing through it. I lay at least partial blame on that deplorable act. That room is filled with nothing but impassable evil. It is as though the house itself refuses passage to the bewitched balcony.
Do you know how I can get through the staircase room?
Certainly not. If you had any sense, you would stay out of there. The only person I've seen messing about in there is the page boy. I know that the Lord sends things to challenge us, but even the devil himself would take up early retirement if made to babysit that little monster. Goodness knows where he's gone now, though. I suppose we should all thank God for the respite.
I found Sebastian upstairs in a trunk.
Oh, Lord protect us. The latch must have popped back open.
Oh, der hat den eingesperrt.
Have you two gentlemen known each other long?
Gentleman's a stretch.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Foskett.
But yes, we've known each other since we were teenagers. We used to be roommates in college. But while I focused on my studies, the Colonel here focused on extracurriculars. I made it my duty to keep him on the straight and narrow path.
And thankfully you haven't done a very good job of it.
I best be heading off.
God be with you.
It was a wedding schedule for this evening, but the printed times had been replaced with new times drawn in colorful crayon.
Haben die Farben was zu sagen? Wusste nicht.
It was a wedding schedule for this evening. It was a wedding. I didn't have time for housework. I couldn't do that. Nope. Without a flue, the fireplace seemed entirely decorative, and yet, standing in front of it, I could feel a breeze. I wondered if there was something useful in the library.
Was? Wo ist die Bibliothek?
Excuse me, Miss Bellemore? It was no use. She was in such a deep trance I doubted if she knew I was standing only feet away from her. Hey, Cordelia.
Oh, hello again, Mr. McCallan. Have you made the love antidote yet?
I'm working on it, even though I'm still not sure it's a good idea. Do you know why I can't leave Bellemore Manor?
We ghosts have been trapped here ever since the explosion, but I don't know why someone still living would be unable to leave.
I was able to get out the last time I was here, even if it was via the balcony and into the pond. I don't want to try that again.
Something must be keeping you here now. Better hope it's not Mr. Rackham.
Did you say there were rumors that John Rackham used black magic?
Oh yes, all of the staff talked about it. Even if we daren't mention it to the family, crates and boxes delivered in the night, hidden from prying eyes, but not hidden well enough. We see what happens in this house. We hear the whispers in the night. We know.
Do you think the Bellemore treasure is here in the house?
If it is, I've never seen it. But it is a big house. There are rooms I've never been in. Rooms I was forbidden to enter. Who knows what's in them?
The skeleton hanging from the tree outside. That's the sailor, isn't it?
What's left of him? I do hope it's a mess I don't have to tidy up.
Isn't the sailor's ghost trapped in the house too?
Oh no! He killed himself hours before the curse took hold. He will have long since passed over to the spirit realm. Lucky escape, some might say.
It was lucky to be so distraught he committed suicide?
It's better than being trapped in this house for eternity.
How did Abigail and the sailor meet?
It was aboard one of the Bellemore ships. Miss Bellemore was never one to be caged up inside the house, always wanting to go away on her brother's voyages. But they were a good deal older than her, and very protective after they all lost their parents. So she made a plan to stow away.
Did she manage to do it?
No, she was caught mere hours before the ships left port from Dead Nettle, covered over in spare sail.
Who discovered her?
That young sailor. I don't think she was best pleased that he had to tell her brothers, and he did, but she didn't hold it against him. Instead, he told her of the voyages on each return to Dead Nettle, and as the months progressed, she took more and more of a liking to him. I suppose fate will always bring two soulmates together, even when they least expect it.
And that's how they fell in love.
The young sailor promised that one day they would explore the world together. But until that day arrived, he would carry her in his heart on every voyage he undertook. He carved a wooden compass, split it into 2 pieces, and they each carried one, promising that despite their time apart, the necklace would be reunited once they were back together. How romantic.
How did the Bellemore's parents die?
A shipwreck off the southeastern coast. 28 perished, with just one survivor.
Who was the survivor?
Why, it was Mr. Rackham.
Where do these doors behind me go?
The middle door goes up to the cupola, but the key's been lost ever since Master Cecil died. There's not much up there from what I remember, just old sheets, linens and lace.
And the door on the right?
That's where the parlour witch lives.
Did you say a witch lives in the house?
Oh yes, didn't you know? Mr. Rackham isn't the only one said to delve into the supernatural. Perhaps poor little Abigail was just an innocent, caught in the middle of Mr. Rackham's and her brother's dark dealings.
Who is she? Is she still there now?
I should think so. The Bellemores brought her to the house not long before they disappeared, though after moving into the house, she was never seen again. No one ever goes in, and no one ever comes out. I don't even think Mrs. Craddock can get in there.
Do you know what happened to the Bellemore brothers?
That certainly is a mystery, isn't it? But I'm afraid I don't know. My duties were to help Miss Bellemore, while Mrs. Craddock dealt with the masters.
Although what?
I did see Master Xavier on the day he died.
What was Xavier doing on the day he died?
Preparing for an expedition. He'd been given a birthday present not long before, an old pirate map of Devil's Rock that he'd hung over the fireplace in his bedroom. And on the map, marked in red, an X marks the spot.
Pirate treasure? On Devil's Rock?
I doubt the treasure even came into it. A cove on Devil's Rock, where no one has stepped foot in over 100 years. That'd be like a moth to a flame for Master Xavier. He left before dawn, and then never came back.
Who gave him the present?
I expect you can guess.
Na super.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. It gets pretty boring after 30 years trapped here. You're much more exciting to watch.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das so gut ist.
The door was locked. The trunk was empty. The door was locked. I didn't need to show him that. Good evening, Mrs. Craddock.
Oh, are you still here?
When you talk about sinners in the house, do you mean the parlor witch?
Don't even mention her. Why the Bellemores thought to bring her into this house is beyond me. Oh, thank goodness we have Father Foskett trapped with us to keep this house holy.
Where is the parlor witch?
Now don't go seeking her out. You'll only regret it. We barely ever see her, but she's up there in one of the locked rooms, tainting the entire household. I found some of her black candles one day, you know. Who knows what she did with them? Voodoo spells and magic rituals. I confiscated them and put them on top of the fuse box in the cellar. At least if there's a power surge, they can do some good for a change.
I've heard Rackham deals in the occult as well.
What poppycock! Mr. Rackham is a good, honest, hard-working man. The cure for the ailments of this house. Which is why we are cursed to remain here. And it is why a good, honest marriage between Mr. Rackham and Miss Bellemore will finally allow us to move on. Just as I wish to do with this entire subject of conversation.
Thank you for your help.
Goodbye.
The wedding cake was tempting, but I wasn't getting past the housekeeper without her approval.
Mhm.
It was a painting of Abigail Bellemore, hauntingly beautiful.
Was jetzt
It
tun?
was a painting of the gazebo I recognized from the cliff top. I had nothing else to say to the gardener. That didn't work.
Oh. Kann man vielleicht den Lauf verbiegen von den Waffen?
Would you like a rematch of the pistol duel?
What a wonderful idea! Boys, guns on the table. Murphy, load 'em up.
That didn't work. I didn't need to blow. I needed to think of. The instructions read: powder, shot, ramrod, aim, fire.
Denk mir, wir müssen die irgendwie anders
The
füllen.
button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside. One at a time, I poured the powder into the muzzle of the pistols. The button magnet was exactly the right size for the barrel of each pistol, but it would have become a bullet itself if I'd loaded it inside.
Oh, warte, kommen wir hier wieder raus,
Could you
ja?
excuse me?
Wir können uns, glaube ich, entscheiden, wo. Verdammt.
Nope. That didn't work.
Oh.
That wasn't going to... That didn't work. That didn't work.
Ich dachte, wir könnten den nehmen und die Kugel prallt dann ab. Oder so.
I didn't need to search for a book right now. I already felt like I was in one.
Ach, Quatsch.
I wondered if the shelves held any books on battling ghostly curses, but that seemed a little too niche. I wondered if the shelves held any books on battling ghostly curses, but that seemed a little too niche. I didn't need to...
Was mache ich denn mit denen?
Good evening, Miss LaRue.
Why, hello again, Murphy.
Were you friends with Abigail Bellemore?
Friends may be a bit of an exaggeration, but I'd seen her around at the debutante balls before she got engaged to that sailor. I mean, really, what was she thinking?
You don't think they should have gotten engaged?
What's the point? Mr. Rackham was an improvement. I do love the powerful.
I heard you've been engaged before to Lula?
Only a few times. What can I say? I'm just unlucky when it comes to love.
Who was your first fiancé?
Buford T. Vanderbilt, the Silver Fingers of the Silver Lakes. Played the banjo every day except Tuesday, and would serenade me as I stood on the plantation balcony, until he was found with banjo wire around his neck, garroted by his own instrument. Do you know when banjo songs sound their best?
I don't think I do.
When they're over.
Who was your second fiancé?
Chuck Charleston III, famed alligator wrestler. That is, until he overdosed on cough medicine an hour before his wrestling show and fell asleep on the riverbank. Ended up as 16 separate pieces inside the gator's belly.
Oha.
That alligator never developed a cough, though.
Das ist lobenswert.
Who was your third fiancé?
Thaddeus Winthrop Jr., the maestro of Mardi Gras, held the biggest fireworks display this side of Montgomery. But who knows what his suit was washed in, because one stray spark and the man was up in flames like a creme brulee. Talk about going out with a bang. Now I've just got to keep an eye out for who'll be the next object of my affections.
I best be running along.
Ta-ta for now.
Klingt alles sehr verdächtig. Aber wir wollen ja nicht voreilig sein. Ne? Die Frage ist jetzt trotzdem für mich, wo setze ich jetzt an? Ich habe gefühlt, wir haben einen Wagenheber. Irgendwas, was schwer ist, was bewegt werden muss? Nee. Ich habe gefühlt gerade keinen Plan. Hä? Oh, es gibt hier keinen... Doch. Ich guck kurz. Ja. Ja. Ja, das Alkohol, aber es ist auch Wasser. Ja, Fassheber. Okay, das war nicht herleitbar. Sorry. Das war jetzt nicht für mich herleitbar. Also warum gerade just in dem Moment? Ja?
With a spark of inspiration that worried even me, I decided to test whether I could improvise a replacement for the lightning rod, breaking all manner of building codes in the process.
Das hätte ich nie probiert, gebe ich zu.
I flipped the switch, but nothing happened. It seemed the barrel lift lacked power. The wire had corroded into the fuse box. I couldn't budge it with my hands. I pulled at the wire with the pliers and managed to dislodge it from the fuse box.
Magnetkutscher, komm her.
I unplugged the wire. With a surge of electricity from the lightning strike, the barrel lift came to life, disappearing into the water, then rising up to the hatch above. So this was how they loaded barrels in and out of the cellar. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a halt. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a halt. I needed to use the switch to operate the barrel lift. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again. Knowing the type of animals that lived in the murky water on this island, there was no way I was stepping into the floodwater. Knowing the type of animals that lived in the murky water on this island, there was no way I was stepping into the floodwater. Knowing the erratic surges of electricity that must have been flowing through the wire into the barrel lift, I decided it was wiser not to do any more rewiring. I flipped the switch and the barrel lift ground to a halt.
Ich weiß nicht.
That didn't work.
Ich guck nochmal. Ja, haben wir. Haben wir. Das Wasser ausschöpfen. Oh, der Pisspot. Oh, der Pisspot. Stimmt.
With extraordinary fortune, the porcelain chamber pot fitted neatly into the decorative ironwork of the barrel lift.
Wäre ich auch nicht drauf gekommen. Vielleicht irgendwann mal.
I flipped the switch and the barrel lift started up again. Held by the barrel lift, the chamber pot plunged beneath the surface, scooping up the murky floodwater, then carrying it to the ground-level hatch above. With time, the jury-rigged machine began bailing the cellar like a sailor trying to save a sinking dinghy.
Sauer.
The wine racks were largely bare. What few bottles remained were cracked and empty. There was nothing large that I needed to move.
Noch nicht.
All of the smaller barrels I could see were rotted and empty. I turned the spigot and rum began to pour out. If I wanted some, I needed something to carry it in. With the bottle positioned beneath it, I turned the spigot. The grotesque face began spewing out rum like it was 2 a.m. on Bourbon Street. Can I top you off, Colonel?
Oh, excellent. What do you have there?
Bellemore rum, aged 33 years.
Wonderful. Fill her up. I much prefer rum to that hoity-toity champagne they serve. Rum is a man's drink. I'll save this for the toast later.
Do you think that's a good idea, Colonel?
I certainly do. You know, Foster, I've had about enough of your sanctimonious prattling. I try to sit here and enjoy myself, and all I hear is the droning of a long-winded clergyman.
I'm not droning. You just don't like to face the truth. My sanctimonious prattling, as you so ungratefully call it, is all that stands between your unrighteous life and a subsequent consignment to the fiery gates.
You know, that must be it. It's a revelation, an epiphany. All these years I've been thinking I've been in limbo, wondering why I haven't moved on to the pearly gates or the raging fires, and now I've realized.
What have you realized?
I must be in hell right now, and listening to you is my torture. Well, that's it. I can't bear any more.
Yeah.
There! Now I can't hear a word you say.
Infantile.
Well, I should certainly hope she does. Leave it there, boy. I'm saving it for the toast.
So, dann gehen wir das jetzt noch schnell ab. Dann wäre, glaube ich, der Punkt langsam für mich. Anstrengender Tag ist wirklich anstrengend.
With a bit of improvisation, I have fixed the ear trumpet to the phonograph in place of the broken horn. Now, I just needed some music to play.
Da brauchen wir noch das Dingensbummels da drauf, ne? Gut, liebes Leutchensvolk. So, speichern wir ab. Das soll es für heute gewesen sein. Ich bin wirklich tierisch müde heute. Ich werde also jetzt in die Horizontale gehen. Ihr hoffentlich bald auch. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Wir sehen uns morgen wieder. Morgen sollte es besser sein. Also, wir gucken, was tagsüber für ein Stresslevel kommt. Schlaf gut, träumt was Schönes und bis dahin. Euer Firefox.